What is up, everyone? My name is Kyle. I make reactions to movies and, say it with me now, TV shows. So, today we are heading into X-Files Season 1, Episode 7, Ghost in the Machine. Ooh. Last episode I really enjoyed because it had a darker tone to it. It was a mystery episode, you know. It wasn't really about UFOs or aliens. It was more just paranormal. And, you know, maybe I should take that tone going into the show, that it's not always going to be about aliens or UFOs. It's more just paranormal. So if you can lump it into the paranormal field, that's where it is, right? And I liked the tone of it. Like I said, it was very dark. It was very gloomy. It was a perfect episode to watch and kind of get like in your chills. So let's hope that this episode can do the exact same thing to me, because I just want to be terrified, scared, and I want to think about it all at the same time. Anyways, don't stop believing, and let's go.
You've forgotten what the adventure's all about.
Like it or not, the industry's changing. We need to make some hard choices.
You're killing me. You're killing my company.
Eurisco is not your company, Brad.
You're gonna regret this.
He's gonna die. He's gonna die, and the crazy-haired dude gonna be blamed for it. Oh dear.
At the top of this list is the immediate termination of the COS project and
Central
projected
Operating
losses well into 1994. Leave us no other choice.
Ooh, electrocution?
Hello.
At the tone, Eastern Standard Time, 7:35 p.m.
What the hell?
Oh, and he's dead.
File deleted.
Oh, is it like artificial intelligence?
Mulder. Jerry? We were partners.
Let's take 50, please. So, Jerry, what are you doing here?
Cause of death was electrocution.
And it wasn't accidental.
Looks like some kind of elaborate booby trap. Well, I took the liberty of mentioning your name.
Is that good?
I'd like to help you out, but we're not on general assignment.
Look,
Do you only do X-Files?
a little help on this. I don't want to drop the ball on this one.
You won't drop the ball.
Look, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important.
Okay.
I'm a pain in the ass to work with. I'm not a pain in the ass? We had different career goals. I was gunning for a basement office with no heater windows.
Well, I know where you ended up. What about Jerry?
He misplaced a piece of evidence, bagged and everything. Sent it to the cleaners.
Yeah, this is AI. Would a hacker really have time to be watching people at all times?
You okay?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes?
Hello?
Security, who's this?
Floor, 7th floor,
Actually, I think
8th
everything's
floor,
okay.
9th floor, 10th floor.
See here?
Who's it gonna call?
They switched the ground to the negative so that when he put the key in the lock,
He completed the circuit.
it's fused.
The servo switch, could it have been moved manually?
We didn't find any prints in the surrounding area.
What's the COS?
The central operating system that runs the building.
Where have I seen him before?
This is Claude Peterson. He's a building systems engineer. He discovered the body.
I'm just a glorified building super. All I do is monitor the system and make sure it's functioning properly.
What about the phone lines? Does the COS monitor all phone calls?
Yeah. But can I go now?
Phone's off the hook.
Taught him everything he knows.
I'm just looking for my profile notes.
Maybe if you cleaned your desk more than once a year.
He's also got a sandwich on there, too.
Come on, we're late.
God knows how old. Who's the dude with just the one eye on the wall? Someone know who that is?
The statistical rarity of homicidal electrocution indicate a certain devious premeditation.
Well, I mean, it could just be really smart, but...
Sociopathic game player. Maybe even a recluse.
Ooh, Saw.
He designed a trap not only to avoid detection, but to avoid contact with the victim.
Listen, if I were going to take someone out, I would want to do it in a way where I couldn't be caught. God, Mulder is really glaring at this guy.
Jerry? What the hell are you doing? Jerry, that was my profile.
Look, I didn't think you'd mind.
I think he minded.
Jerry, you went into my office and you stole my work.
Right, you're on this case because I asked you to help me out, and you helped me out. What is the big deal?
So this is why they're not partners anymore.
He apologized in his own way. One name, Brad Wilczek.
He said it would be a short list.
That just seems too obvious. To kill Drake would be so brazenly egomaniacal.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to give it away that it's AI. I think it's going to have to attack Scully and Mulder in some way that can't be explained unless it's AI. Right? Like, otherwise, that's just not something that your mind jumps to. My lights flicker in the middle of the night and I don't think my house is trying to kill me. Or I wonder if this dude is going to tell them it's like, it's AI.
What took you guys so long? Oh, do you mind taking off your shoes? You can divide the computer science industry into two types of people. Neat and scruffy. Neat people like things neat. They wear nicely pressed suits and work on surface phenomena. I started Eurisco out of my parents' garage. I was 22 years old. You know what Eurisco means?
That's from the Greek, isn't it? I learn things.
Not exactly. It means I discover things.
You just know this off the top of your head? Go Mulder.
We were 2 years ahead of Microsoft and Cebus when Drake, in his infinite wisdom, killed the program.
In your opinion, how many people know the system well enough to override it?
Not many is the answer. Anything's possible.
Could you have done it?
Of course. That's why you guys are here, isn't it? I'm your logical suspect. But as a general rule, scruffy minds don't commit murder.
Okay, you really think highly of yourself, don't you?
Some see genius as the ability to connect the unconnected, to see relationships where others cannot. Is Brad Wilczek a genius? He has a predilection for elaborate game playing, and he has a demonstrable motive for killing Benjamin Drake. But if he's so clever, how do we nail him?
A lot of developers have a habit of thinking that they're God's gift to humanity when it comes to intelligence. A lot of developers. It's an incredibly arrogant field. Ooh, it's everywhere. It's on the network. Listen, if an AI actually could travel across the internet, I mean, for fudge's sake, humanity is done for.
File opened.
And other Eastern philosophies.
You're very interested in that word.
Give me a second.
I screwed up. I'm sorry. What more can I say?
All you had to do was ask.
Yeah. I 100% believe that.
They got me on 6 months probation. I gotta file daily reports like some cherry new agent.
You made a mistake. People sometimes have to face the consequences of their mistakes.
We did some good work together, but
Come on, let's face it, I was tagging along.
that's not how it was.
Mulder,
Oh yeah, she can hear all this.
we borrowed this from the voice biometrics lab at Georgetown. It's a computer spectrogram. Now this is the recording the central operating system made of the phone call Drake received. This we spliced together from a series of lectures Brad Wilczek gave at the Smithsonian last year.
At the tone, Eastern Standard Time will be 7:35 p.m.
I'm saying that both voices are Brad Wilczek's.
Which means that he was the one that killed Drake. He had the motive and the means.
Yeah, he does seem like a prime suspect.
Someone has to make sure Wilczek stays put.
I'll go with you.
No. Let me bring him in alone.
Oh, he's gonna die. Or at least be very hurt.
Come on, let me in.
Let you into where? The building? Uresco might turn on him if it thinks he's trying to do something.
Damn!
It's weird seeing these really early version computers. I wonder what people thought about artificial intelligence and like computers at this time. The internet wasn't even really widespread in, what is this, 94 now? 93? Was dial-up even common in 93?
Mr. Wilczek!
Going up.
This elevator gonna collapse. Or not collapse, fall.
Can I help you?
FBI. Welcome back.
He's in.
You're not equipped with a voice synthesizer. What is my user level?
That is now at the discretion of the operating system.
Oh.
Going up. Second floor. Third floor. Fourth floor.
Those commands are not available at your current user level.
Fourth floor.
What are you doing?
38th floor. 20, 30, 39, 20, 30, 39.
Falling from 30 stories? Oh god. I really hope you die instantaneously. Falling from 30 floors, so I do think that this is some movie magic, like, he would have been strapped to the top of the
Program executed.
thing. Is he alive, or did it stop? Mulder looks like he's out for blood. Or does he notice it? Can he tell that he's trying to stop it?
I heard about Jerry.
Is he alive?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think Wilczek did it.
Not alive.
It doesn't make sense. Why would he go back to Urisco? If you were going to destroy evidence, would you pose for the cameras?
Mulder, you've been through a lot.
Oh,
More than
okay.
I think even you realized.
For a second, I thought she was going to put it together. What she's saying, though, makes sense. He really should take some time off after something like this.
He just signed a confession. How much proof do you need?
Lawyers? Or other agents? Is this a funeral?
Excuse me, sir, this is a crime scene. You're gonna have to leave.
Yeah, I know. I ordered the subpoena.
Unless you've got a code 5 clearance, I'm gonna have to ask you to turn back.
Who are these guys? Military? Someone who would be really interested in this kind of technology? Oh, it's the guy from episode 2.
I'm here against my better judgment.
I need to know why Brad Wilczek is the subject of a Code 5 investigation.
What do you think they'd want with the most innovative programmer in this hemisphere? Wilczek has thumbed his nose at any contract involving weapons applications.
What kind of software?
How much do you know about artificial intelligence?
Or it's just going to be handed to them.
Do you remember Helsinki, the first time that a chess-playing computer ever beat a grandmaster? That was Wilczek's program.
An adaptive network?
It's a learning machine.
Oh.
A computer that actually thinks.
So it's like a neural network?
I want you to tell me why you're willing to spend the rest of your life in prison for a crime you didn't commit. You're protecting a machine. The central operating system at Urisco.
If I'm protecting anything, it's not the machine. Robert Oppenheimer spent the rest of his life regretting he'd ever glimpsed an atom.
I am become death.
But he never denied responsibility for them.
He loved the work, Mr. Mulder.
But your machine killed Drake. And it killed my friend.
That's a pretty selfless move.
You're afraid of the government, but you're willing to accept the risk that your machine will kill again. What about a third option?
I kind of find myself agreeing with him.
Now you tell me how to destroy it.
Although this is definitely an option 3. This is a good option. No. Oh. I thought he was going to give him like a pen and paper and have him write it long for him. Get out of the house. Grab your gun. Get out of the house.
ID number 2317-616. I need you to run a quick trace on a number for me.
Oh, the phone number was her being... Or, not the phone number. The thingy... The call was her being hacked. I forgot that internet used to run over phone.
Mulder! Scully, what are you doing here?
I believe you.
Something's been scanning my computer files. I traced a line. It came from somewhere in there.
It's the machine.
Someone call Finch.
Open sesame.
But it can see you.
Oh, what the?
Oh, wow. Jeez. It's a little bit loud.
So much for the element of surprise.
Don't take the, yes, I was gonna say, don't take the elevator.
28 down, 1 to go.
Scully does not look into it.
Trick or treat. Oh!
What are you doing?
I want to make the same mistake Drake made.
Oh, thank gosh he's prepared. Oh, they're gonna go through the vents.
That should be a way for you to drop down and open the door.
Oh, Scully, you are a dedicated agent. Are there fans in these vents? Any sudden drop points?
Scully?
What are you doing here?
You. What's happening? Oh. Are those leaves? How powerful is the engine and the fan in this ventilation system?
The machine's been acting all crazy. Power surges, shutoffs. Look, are you sure you know what you're doing? Because if you don't, it's my job on the line.
Well, he is going to take down the entire building, so I'm pretty sure your job is no longer safe. Oh, she gonna shoot it!
User code level 7.
Now I can put in the virus.
Oh, he actually said the words virus out loud.
You know, I've been trying to access the CPU for the past 2 years. Now, please.
He's from the Defense Department, isn't he?
Defense Department?
Let's just say our paychecks are signed by the same person. You don't want to test my resolve, Agent Mulder.
Put down the gun.
Oh! Scully! She's had it. Her day has not been great, dude. I would put it down.
You're making a mistake, Agent Scully. Compromising your sworn duty.
The machine's a monster, Scully. It's already killed 2 people. They won't be able to handle it any better than Wilczek did.
Mulder, put in the disc.
Bad command or file name. Sector 7 not file tone.
Okay, well, bye-bye, Uresco.
Why?
You won't find him.
They can't just take a man like Brad Wilczek without an explanation.
Oh. He's just gone.
Where is he?
But will he build it again?
In the middle of what we in the trade call hard bargaining.
What else could I have done?
Nothing, unless you were willing to let the technology survive. The machine is dead.
We've combed the parsing subroutine. No, sir, still nothing, but I'd like to request 6 more hours before we have to consign the whole damn thing to the metal shredder.
Oh, is it still alive?
I'm gonna figure this thing out if it kills me.
It may do just that. Right, and that was my reaction to X-Files Season 1, Episode 7. And this one was called Ghost in the Machine. I have a question for you guys right off the bat. I know you come here for my reaction, but I have a question for everyone watching this right off the bat. And that is, did this episode feel out of place for you in X-Files watching it now? And did you watch it when it first came out? Because for me, it felt out of place. But I have to preface that with like a giant caveat that I think it felt so out of place because we know so much more about technology and computers and artificial intelligence now than we would have in 93, 94. You know, there was no mention of cell phones, no mention, no, I don't think they even mentioned internet. Like, I know Scully's computer, keep wanting to call her Sully, Scully's computer was accessed over the internet, I think. But it wasn't actually called the internet. So it felt out of place just because of everything we know now, but I also realized that that is like a giant caveat to the episode. And that's going to happen with any episode that touches on technology that's aged severely past its time when the show was made. With aliens and government secrecy and psychics and even things like, I don't know, genetics, like in episode 3, those don't move very quickly. So, you know, what is known then is a lot of what's known now, whereas technology has just moved at such a rapid pace. So yeah, that's my question is, do you guys feel like this didn't feel like an X-Files episode? Especially because it felt like they were trying to stumble around the technological aspect. Not only do we know a lot more now, but it felt like the writers of this episode were also trying not to be too technical when referring to this thing. And that might be because, like, the average person in 94 probably barely even knew what artificial intelligence meant, right? So yeah, I feel like they toned it down. Whereas in other episodes, like again, I'll reference Squeeze, when they're talking about more biological things, I felt like they were much more specific in their knowledge. But just my opinion. Let me know what you think. As always, leave a like, leave a comment, and I will talk to you next week. I will say, but before I end this, just so I'm being like 100% honest, wasn't my favorite episode. I enjoyed it. It was in my wheelhouse, because for those of you who don't know, I am a developer, but just wasn't in my wheelhouse. Or was in my wheelhouse, but wasn't in my wheelhouse. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. See you next week.